Good evening, this is Elaine with Elaine's Custom Cards with another video for you. Let's see if we can get this in focus there. Okay, I thought this card was really cute. It is in the holiday catalog and it's the Still Night bundle. It comes with this stamp set. You can buy it all by itself, or you can get the dies that go with it and save 10%. I used this owl, this sentiment, and then I used this little stamp set there to do these dots. And then I cut the owl out with this die. And then I cut the label out with this die. I have another card that I did with this bundle that I'll show you, and I'll try to get it done in another video. The other stamp sets I used were this one, Timeless Tidings. I used this sentiment right here. Yes, this sentiment for the inside. And then I did Lovely as a Tree and stamped this on the inside of the card. Right here. Okay, well, let's get started. I have everything ready. All we have to do is put it together. One of the other things I used, as I go along, I'll explain. These are the envelopes. I stamped the owl on the outside of the envelopes. I thought it was cute. Anyway, okay, we're using, this is soft suede. I stamped the owl on crumb cake, and the branch is Early Espresso. This is Very Vanilla. And this is Night of Navy. And this is soft suede. And then I used, from the layering dies ovals, I used this, the largest oval, to cut out the circle. And then I used this embossing folder to emboss this piece. Okay, so first thing we need to do is take our Night of Navy, and I used this Vegas Gold, it's shimmer paint, to do the little dots on here. And all I did was I took a sponge. I have to be really careful when I open these because I have dropped them before. So what I did was I put the ink on the sponge, much as I could get on there from the lid, and then I took these little dots and I tapped them in the sponge and then just kind of randomly stamped. I don't know if I put too many on the last card. Let me get a piece of scratch paper under there. There. That's better. Don't want to get it all over my work surface. You can put as many or as few dots as you want on there. Doesn't have to be perfect, just some dots. You just kind of turn the stamp around as you, so that it looks kind of random. This works really well. to put it on the sponge. I guess you can't really see what I'm doing. I got the sponge too close to me. Sometimes I think I put too many dots, but it's okay. Okay, once you get all your dots on there, that looks pretty good. Maybe I just need one more right there. Okay. Okay, set that aside. Then I took, let me shake this up again. After I did that, I took my sponge, dipped it in there again. And then I went around the edges. And kind of be careful because I don't know how long this takes to dry, so I just kind of used my sponge and went around the edges of this thing just to give it a little additional dimension or something. I'm probably going to get it all over me as soon as I start doing the inside. Oh dear. That's okay. We'll just get a... I got paper towels behind me, and I'll just get a paper towel and wipe my fingers off so I don't get this all over everything. So once you do that, then you're going to want to do the inside of this. And I kind of did it from the top. I don't know if there's a right or wrong way to do it, but that seemed to work for me. I probably should have done this before I did the stars, but that's okay. This feels awkward. There. Okay, we're going to set that aside to make sure it gets somewhat dry. Put the lid on the paint so we don't spill it. Get a paper towel. Wipe our fingers off so we don't get gold all over everything. Okay. Next thing I did was took the embossed piece and I glued this flat to the front of the card. And I just used wet glue for this. So I just centered this on the front of the card. Like that. Make sure your branches are up. Okay, then I took this little branch, kind of set it down where I thought I might want it. And I used the multi-purpose, well, let's see, what's it called? Multi-purpose adhesive sheets, and put it on the back of the early espresso and then did my die cut. So I wouldn't have to try and put glue. And then I kind of just laid it on here where I thought I would want it, kind of. And then this piece, I kind of just sort of laid it there to see if it was in the right spot, and it's a little bit high. It's pretty easy to pick back up, I think. Yeah. And I moved it down a little bit. That looks a little better, but I still think it's too low. It's just kind of a wherever you think it will look good type situation. So if you take this and you kind of probably right about there. And then you want to make it so that he's sitting, the branches kind of like so. Leave that kind of loose. And I took this piece and I was very generous with the dimensionals on it. Because I wanted it up, popped up. So I did all the corners, and I put one here, and right there, and right there. Okay. A little trouble getting these off. I made another card, I'll show it to you at the end, that I saw in the holiday catalog using the stamp set. And it uses designer series paper. I didn't use any DSP with this card. I was wanting to use that embossing folder on something, and I thought, oh, this is perfect. It worked really well with the owl. Okay. And I took this, and this piece is bigger than this piece because I didn't want this embossed piece to show through the edges, and I didn't want to have to try and line it up perfectly. So what I did kind of was very carefully, I wanted the branches, the reason I didn't stick the branches down all the way is because I wanted them to be somewhat what I could on the outside of this circle, like that. And then the rest of them kind of stuck down. It's not going to go anywhere. Then I took my owl and I cut one, or die cut one that's just blank. And then this is the one I stamped. And I stamped the owl with the soft suede on, this is the crumb cake. Because I thought this stamp set was really nice. It has nice shading, and I didn't want to mess him up by coloring him, although you probably could color him and he'd probably look fine, because I saw some videos of him colored. But anyway, I put the dimensionals on the back of my stamped piece. I can get them off. I don't know if I mentioned that that was Night of Navy. I kind of wanted it to look like nighttime. Off. There. Okay. Then I took and set him right on top of the one that was blank. So now you've got a double layer, if you can see that. And then I just put glue on the back of this. I kind of was wanting to give it a little bit more depth and dimension, the owl. And that's why I did it that way. And then you need to get him on here so he's sitting upright on that branch, like so. Okay. And then I took the sentiment and I took the gold and went around the sentiment. That one's a little darker. I don't know why. I think I did it with early espresso first and I didn't really like it. It was too dark. So we're just going to do the gold on this. Okay. Turn it over. Wipe your hands off. Got gold on everything. And then I put dimensionals on the back of this, and I used 3. It's been unusually warm here in Oregon, but it's supposed to start raining. Well, right now this is Thursday, and it's supposed to start raining on Tuesday. Okay, so then I just put my sentiment, centered it here. And then I had a bow here somewhere. But we'll do a new one. This is the braided linen. I'll just do a little bow. I thought I had a bow, but maybe I didn't do one. I usually like to pre-tie them because sometimes it takes me a little bit to get them the way I like. But that one looks pretty good. Oops, come back. Okay. I was trying to decide whether or not this little guy needed to have Winkestella on him. I did it on one, so I'm just putting a glue dot here behind this bow. I kind of rolled it up on my pick tool. It's there somewhere. Oh, didn't come off. Okay. Let's just put it right there. So that's where I want it. Okay. Let's see if I can get this straightened up now. He got messed up. There. Okay. So we'll put that right on top of our glue dot. Okay, then I stamped this on very vanilla, and I put those trees right there just so something would be on the inside of the card. I just glued this inside. Okay. Very simple card. I like to keep them simple. Makes them a little easier to make. And there's our card. I put Winkestell on this one and I'm not sure that I liked it. But I might still do it. Darkened him up a little bit. We'll see. Anyway, that's my card. And then I also did this one out of, you'll find this in on page 41 in the holiday catalog. I pretty much just tried to duplicate what they did in there. And then the inside looks like this. I just stamped that and put a little owl in the corner. So these are the dimensions. Zoom in for you so you can see that. And anyway, that's our card for today. If you have any questions, you can email me. There's my email address right there. It's elainescustomcards@gmail.com, my website, and then my blog that I'm still working on. So I'm going to eventually have this, all the cards I've been making, I'll be putting on my blog with PDF copies of these that you can print. That's our video for today. I hope you enjoyed this card. Thank you very much.